Hello, everybody. My name is Tiara M. Tucker, and I'm the founder and CEO of Tiara PR Network, LLC, as well as Speak That Movement. And for this week's empowerment message, I want to empower and inspire the women out there. All of the magical, amazing women out there. Those of you who are going after your dreams. Those of you who are making your goals a reality. Those of you who are excelling in your careers, that are receiving the degrees and the levels of education that you desire. Those of you that are raising your children or your grandchildren or helping to raise your nieces and your nephews. This message is for you. This is your season to let all of your magic come out. Let your light shine. There is no reason why we as women should feel like we do not have a voice and we cannot let our voice be heard. So I encourage you, speak things into existence. Speak those things that are not as though they are. Whatever it is that you desire in life, speak it into the atmosphere. Whatever it is that is holding you down, speak it out of the atmosphere. You are magical, my sisters. You have everything in you to create beautiful, amazing, remarkable things that will make this world a better place. Don't you hold it in. Don't you be afraid. Don't you give up. The world needs you now. Remember, you are magical. There's magic within you. And whatever you do, never, ever, ever stop doing the things that you love and the things that will allow you to live your best life. Take care. May God bless you and may you be protected. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Speak That Movement Live. It has been a long time since I've sat in this seat to host a live event, so I am just so honored and excited to welcome everybody to today's special event. So, if you don't know, my name is Tiara M. Tucker. I am the founder of Tiara PR Network, LLC, which is my social impact communications and PR firm. And I'm also the founder of Speak That Movement, which is my amazing nonprofit organization that is focused on women empowerment, mental health, and social justice. So to everybody that's out there, thank you. And to learn more about both efforts, feel free to visit tiaraprnetwork.com as well as Speak That Movement. But enough about me. I want to know who is out there joining. So we had so many people RSVP, and I know that people are still coming on right now. So let's virtually connect and socialize. So the way that we do that at the Speak That Movement events, we ask you to go directly to the Speak That Movement page on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So again, just check out Speak That Movement on YouTube or Facebook, and that's when you can catch us live right now. You can add your name and your thoughts and your city and even your business if you're a business owner in the comments, because we want to honor and acknowledge all of you today who chose to join us for American Business Women's Day. So some of you may be wondering, well, what is American Business Women's Day? So just in case you don't know what live you joined today, Speak That Movement is celebrating American Business Women's Day. So for the next hour, you are in for an amazing treat where there will be 3 awesome dynamic guest speakers joining me for a girl talk conversation today, or shall I say a women talk conversation today. And the intent is for us to just celebrate and uplift women, to empower you, and to just recognize that as women, we experience so many things, but we have to pause to celebrate ourselves, pause to uplift ourselves, and also pause to focus on our mental health. So I have again some great speakers that I'll bring up one by one throughout the day. But we want to know who is out there. So let me know. Let me know if you're out there, where you're representing from. Again, add your name. So we have Miss Takia Thompson. Hello, sister. She is representing Illinois, my old state. Linda. Hello, Miss Linda Evans. You're happy and you're here and you're tuning in from YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Sheena, I haven't seen you in a while. She's checking in from North Carolina. Our guest speaker is from North Carolina too, so you two may connect. Sheena is a former Speak That Talk speaker. So hello, Sheena. I hope you're doing well. And Sheena is representing Jacksonville, North Carolina. All righty, so hello, Miss Janice Tucker Farrell. That is my mom, and she is representing Dallas, Texas. And hello, Miss Colleen Matthews. Colleen is another executive board member of Speak That Movement, and I'm just so honored and blessed to have her on this board. She is a woman in business as well, and she is representing Dallas, but she is from Arizona. So we're kind of going to go all over the nation today with guests. Hello, Miss Scarlett. Such a pleasure to see you on from YouTube. So Scarlett Gonzalez representing Forney, Texas. I am so excited to give you some news about Scarlett a little bit over time. I'm just so blessed that God saw fit for our paths to meet. So more to come from Scarlett. Thank you so much for joining, Scarlett. Let's see, we have Shakila Marie representing Tampa, Florida. Shout out to Florida. All right, we have Miss Betty Evans Johnson. She shouted out American Business Women's Day, and she is representing Rockford, Illinois. And Rockford is where our other executive board member is from. So shout out to everybody out there representing Rockford, Illinois, representing my home state of Illinois, and also everybody representing the DFW and every other part of the United States, and the special guests that might be jumping in from outside of the U.S. So excited to have you all on. So I am going to jump into today's conversation. Again, let's continue to virtually connect throughout. If you've ever attended any Speak That Movement live event or in-person event, you know that it's all about connecting, virtually connecting, and so that we can definitely continue to support each other. So I am excited to now welcome to the Speak That Movement Live platform two special guest speakers who will be joining me in a great conversation. And then after that, I'll welcome the third guest speaker, Laneeda, who will be joining us towards the end. So make sure you stay all the way until the end, because she's going to do something very special and something much needed. So without further ado, everybody, help me welcome to the Speak That Movement Live platform our first guest speaker, coming in from North Carolina. And I want to see some virtual loves, some virtual champagne glasses click-clacking, or whatever it is that you want to post to show your love to Miss B. Jacqueline Jeter.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited about being on this platform with you. It's been awesome. I've watched and been a supporter of Speak That Movement, and it's it's just been awesome. And it's a great movement, and I'm just really excited for what you're doing, what you've done, and just the things to come through this movement.
Oh, thank you so much. And I like to share how I met the guests. So B. Jacqueline and I met because we both were guest speakers on Mr. Shay Brown's live show. So
Yeah.
it was a panel, and we were two of the guests. There were maybe two or three other guests on
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, and it was a late night show. His show goes live around 10 or 11 o'clock Central Time, and it was a really great time. And then we both were speakers for Shay's. I believe it might have been the Comeback Champions
Yeah.
Summit.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So such a pleasure to not only meet somebody, but to truly connect. And
Yeah.
then now we can spend time together today. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what you're doing in North Carolina and all over the country once I bring up the second special guest speaker that'll be joining you today. So please help me give some virtual champagne glass clicks, hearts, palm trees, whatever makes you smile and feel good, to the second special guest speaker, Miss Dee, representing Texas.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for having me, Tiara. This is a great platform. I think I'm just excited to be here. I've been waiting for this all week. It's like my highlight.
Oh, well, thank you. I love your energy. I love everything about you. So I have to let everybody know how you and I met, Miss Dee.
Yep.
So we both were attending a Texas Legends happy hour. And if you aren't familiar with Texas Legends, in Dallas, we have the Dallas Mavericks. So that's like, shout out to Mark Cuban, shout out to Cynthia Marshall with the Dallas Mavericks. But then there's the G League, which is called the Texas Legends. So we were both invited to a happy hour there. And I was trying to mind my business and just kind of show up and grab me an appetizer, maybe take it to go, until Miss Dee walked up.
Yes. Yes.
And she did not let me be by myself, which was a good thing.
Yes, for both of us, I think.
Yes. And we probably talked an hour or two after the event was over. We were still talking.
Yes, because we had so much in common, and I had no idea about about just how dynamic you were. And in the time, I won't talk about the honors and the discoveries that I've made since that night, but I just know that it was a blessing to meet you, and it has been every day since.
Oh, well, thank you, Dee. And I have to shout out that Dee is also a devastating soror of Delta Sigma Theta sorority.
That's correct.
So shout out to all the Deltas that are watching. So before we go on with some more introductions, we have some more people that have tuned in. So I want to shout them out. Hello, Miss Tashana. Good evening. She's in Illinois. Miss Betty, yes. Scarlett, woohoo, yes, yes, yes. Sheena has provided us with champagne bottles galore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love her name, Safe Encouragement. Haven't seen you in a while.
I like
welcome,
that.
Welcome, welcome.
It's a good one.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, just tons of interaction. Keep it coming throughout. Oh, yes, yes. Getting to hear from all these amazing women. Yes. Oh, and shout out to Mr. Bobby Tucker. Howdy to you back. Always great to see our allies joining us. And Sheena and Safe Encouragement, they always like reconnect on the live. So I love that.
Nice.
I love that. And oh my God, okay. I'm smiling from ear to ear because Miss Baylor, I call her my godmother, and I have to shout you out. Thank you, first of all, for joining in. Godmother Baylor is what I'm going to call her.
Nice.
She is the lady who was sent my way, and I'll say sent my way because I was praying. I was praying for someone that could be sent from heaven down to Dallas to help us figure out how to get this nonprofit going the right way. Now, for history, Speak That has been going on since 2011. Started as an event in Illinois, started as just multiple events. But then it came a point last year where it was very clear that it was time for Speak That to evolve into a nonprofit organization so that we can do even more in the community and focus on women empowerment, mental health, and social justice. Godmother Baylor was sent my way, and she literally helped get all of the things in track. I'm talking about the paperwork, the filing, clearing up the mission statement, coaching us, etc. And she is still there whenever we need her. So if you all are looking for someone to help you get your nonprofit or just clarity, whatever, Godmother Baylor is the lady. So thank you for joining today. All right, well, listen, let's get started. So, ladies, shout out to Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Atlanta's in the building. We are just representing all over the country today. So I'm just excited about that. So let's keep the comments going. All right, ladies. So let's start off. Let's tell us a little bit more about you. So I want to hear from each of you. Tell everybody a little bit more about, your background and, your current businesses and your efforts. So just introduce yourselves to the audience right now, if you don't mind. And we can start with you, B. Jacqueline.
I'm B. Jacqueline Jeter. I reside in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, and I am a dualpreneur. I have a normal career job. I'm a clinical development scientist in the pharma space. So I'm in the STEM space, in my 9 to 5, and the coaching piece, coaching and personal development and empowering women was really been my life, but it was really took form in 2015, 2016, really, as a transition happened in my career. And so that part of my story is what I used and what God has used to really empower women, especially in their mid 40s and older, to let them know it's not too late, they're not too old, and there's still time for them to reach their purpose and to shine the brilliance that God gave them. So I'm called to women who are in their mid 40s or older to help them to crush limited mindsets, to be able to walk into their power and to walk in and show up where God wants them to be and make their life prosperous, whether that be prosperity in money or prosperity in just their gifting, because there is someone waiting for you. Just like Tiara's been here for many people and Dee's been here for many people, and I've been there for people. There's someone waiting for you too, and to help them kind of break out of that shell. And so that's kind of what I do in that space, is a kind of neat that up real quick.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. I just felt empowered by your introduction. I'm ready to step into my next right now just by hearing those buzzwords of prosperity and hearing that not only do you have a full-time career, but you also are finding a way to do what you love and to help and support other women. That's beautiful.
It is.
So, Miss D, tell us a little bit more about you and your journey, what you have going on.
Well, first, I want to say I love the fact that B. Jacqueline targets ladies that are in 40s and above, because what that does prove is that it's never too late. And I'm also an example of that. And that may be a theme that we share tonight. I also am a corporate person, and I've started walking in my purpose. So during the day, my 9 to 5, I'm a senior analyst for a large government agency. But in the pandemic, in the last year and a half, I just heard the Spirit speaking to me saying, you and that laptop is not what God wants for you. You're happiest when I head up the guest services ministry at my church, where I like to welcome everyone, right? Regardless of where they come from and what they look like. And that's what I felt was my real purpose. So then I launched DMX Consulting. It's my consulting firm that's designed to demand excellence. And I'm not talking about asking for it. I'm talking about demanding excellence, because after 40, B. Jacqueline, we've already lost some time. So we're not going to be polite about it. We're going to ask for that excellence. We're going to demand excellence. And that's going to allow us to achieve our success. And similar to what B. Jacqueline said, that success may be financial or it may be personal. But whatever your success looks like, you should demand excellence in that through clear expectations and personal accountability through fantastic people like Miss Tucker here, who has helped me be accountable to my purpose and how I use my time more effectively as I'm trying to balance corporate with entrepreneurship. So Dee Maddox of DMX Consulting, where we demand excellence and achieve success. Is never too late to start walking in your purpose with clear expectations and some accountability partners to help you be on track, or a wonderful lady like B. Jacqueline who can help you find that passion and get started.
Whoa, those introductions were on fire. So I already feel like I'm ready to go and do something in the world right now. And the comments, wow. Definitely the comments are on fire just by your introductions. And I really love some things that I heard you all say. For instance, and you summarized this very well, it's never too late, right? Like, it's never too late, for one. For two, what I think I also am hearing that we all have in common, and we are probably going to be similar to other women who are on right now, is that as women, we can do multiple things. I like to say that I wear multiple tiaras, many tiaras, but women, we wear many hats. And that's even more reason why I really wanted us to pause to celebrate today. Yes, T Young, welcome. I love all the positive energy as well. Yes, Elaine, and we're just getting started. Yes, Sheena, on fire already. So the reason why I really wanted us to pause to celebrate American Business Women's Day. For one, a lot of people probably have never even heard of American Business Women's Day. And I'll be honest, I hadn't even heard of it before. I was just online doing a little research, saw that this was a day, in September 22nd. And when I did more research on it, I learned, and I'll high level say that it really is a day to honor and celebrate American business women. So basically, whether you flip the words and say American women in business, American business women, however you want to say it, but it's a day to just pause and acknowledge the many accomplishments of women. And so what I'm excited about is that as women, we might have a 9 to 5, we might have the career, the corporate path. We might be entrepreneurs. We might be entrepreneurs and have a career path, or we might be coaches, whatever it might be. So, can I hear from the both of you? When you think about American Business Women's Day and what it symbolizes, what does that make you think? How does it make you feel to know that we have a day set aside to celebrate American women in business?
For me, I think it's very, it makes me feel good that a lot of times women are kind of looked over because we do so much. When you take on a lot of hats and you do things well with excellence, as he was saying, that you don't need that attention, you don't need that help, you don't need that time for someone to give you accolades. And American Business Women's Day, to me, is like a pause to say it's okay. Usually when people think about business, they think about men in business, they don't think about women. But statistics show that more women started businesses before the pandemic, and definitely more in the pandemic, and they're successful businesses. And it's not just something that we're doing on the side, but we've taken those things that we've been doing on the side and actually are now monetizing that. So it's just really that pausing to say, I see you. And it feels good, especially when another woman, like you're doing today, stop and say, I see you. It's important to the support of us, and it gives you that strength that she's helping me straighten my crown. So this day makes me want to get my crown and make sure it's all my tiara all sparkling and things like that, because it just makes you feel better. It makes you feel good that there's a day for me, and not just everybody in the ether who has a business, but it's American Business Women's Day. And I think that's some pause that makes you feel good.
Agreed. What about you, Dee?
I love that. So American Business Women's Day, I feel like it's an opportunity to highlight what we already know, that women are dynamic, hard workers. I saw someone put it in the chat. We wear so many hats. We're busy 24/7. Specifically speaking, whenever women are involved in business, the business is more profitable. We put 80% of our income, we reinvest into our households. Many of us are corporate as well as entrepreneurs. So taking the time to actually recognize and highlight the value that we bring to business is phenomenal. And I think it's a great opportunity and something we need to spread the word about, and we should do it. And it's exciting to be a part of this, getting a chance to celebrate in our own way, as you said, highlighting other business women. So thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Safe Encouragement's comment, it takes nothing from us to help us. That's really good. And all of the comments are so great. I'm going to read this comment here. And hello, Ms. Robertson, haven't seen you in a while either. And for the first time ever, Black women are starting businesses at higher rates than white men and white women. So glad to see this forum happening. That's powerful. That's powerful.
And I
Amen.
want to say something to that. We are starting them at higher rates, but the issue comes in that we're not as successful in the space of revenue. So we have to get better at that. I think we get better at that when we come together as a community and help each other. Because, like, I forgot who said it. It takes nothing to celebrate or sell, somebody else. So that's one thing we want to up that particular stat in, is that we're not just starting, we're also being successful, even more successful revenue wise, and in the longevity, the last of our business.
That's a good point. Yes. And shout out to my sister, Miss Michelle. I have to shout her out. I love this lady, another lady that I know God brought into my life, Miss Michelle. Hello, beautiful sister. Michelle, I consider her to be not only a sister, but an ally. Michelle is an ally for African American women, Caucasian women, Hispanic women. It doesn't matter. Women all over the world. She's an ally for social justice. She's an ally for mental health. And I just have so much love for her, because one thing, when we think about American business, it's Black, it's white, it's Hispanic, it's everything. But I will, especially being a Black woman, we have to shout out and acknowledge the sisters are on fire right now. Okay, ladies. So yes, we have to keep that going and start more employer businesses. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about that. So you are a transformational growth strategist, B. Jacqueline.
Nice.
And D, you are a consultant, and you are encouraging people to demand excellence.
Yes.
So can I just hear a little bit more from the both of you about, why transformational growth strategists? Why demanding excellence as a consulting firm?
Well, I don't mind starting, B. Jacqueline. So when I say demand excellence, and I mentioned before, we as women, we're taught to be pretty and to be seen and not heard. When we talk about being excellent and being in business, which is why we're here today, that level of excellence is something that we want to be known for. If you're going to do something, you should do it with excellence so that you can be appreciated and valued the way that you should, so that you become known for that. So excellence from beginning to end. So then there's no stipulation or no stigma with who we are and what we present. And that excellence has to be consistent, and it should not compromise, and you have to be committed to that excellence. So the excellence that I'm talking about is for individuals and for organizations. So when I come in and I consult and I'm talking to you about how to improve, oftentimes in business, people will say, I don't know if you're familiar with the term performance improvement plan. Well, it's really not designed to improve your performance. It's really designed to walk you out the door at the time that someone's documenting that you haven't performed the way that you should. So my role and goal as an encouraging person to help you achieve that excellence is to help you identify the skills and the tools that you need as an individual. Now, as an organization, you may or may not need a roadmap to help you develop your employees so that you can protect the investment and not have high turnover, that you have a higher engaged employee group if they're more engaged, and you're providing them with the tools and the accountability that they need. Don't wait until they're failing, like with the performance improvement plan. Find out in advance through regular communication what they need to be successful. And what B. Jacqueline was saying, we as women business owners, when we find out what it takes to be successful in business, and we have someone telling you that one of the most important things you can do with your time, Tiara told me this, is guard what you do and be more intentional. If you're balancing corporate and you're balancing a side business, then you have to be more intentional in how you use your time. So that was a very great tip that you share with me. Thank you for that. So that is part of that accountability. She's saying, if you're building a business, be careful where you go, be careful who you're with, and be careful how you spend your time. And that helped me in my pursuit of this demand excellence to be a consultant and to grow my business. So when I say demand excellence and achieve success, if you have clear expectations and enforced accountability through a partner or a roadmap or a service like Be Jacqueline, then that can help you achieve the outcomes that you're trying to go for.
Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm proud of you and your business because you are needed, not just in the Dallas community, but beyond. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Miss B. Jacqueline.
Transformational growth is, I'm very passionate about growth because a lot of times we think that we are growing or we're doing something different, and we really aren't. My dad had this quote, or I call it a quote. He said it a lot of times. Do you have 15 years of experience, or do you have 1 year of experience you've been doing for 15 years? And a lot of times we will just reapply and make the cake the same way our grandmothers made it, instead of revolutionizing it and growing. Growth is essential to life. Well, my own personal quotes is, or two of them are, if you're not growing, then nothing you touch is either. And growth happens within way before it's evidence without. When you think about that, you think about a baby. The minute that egg and sperm come together, growth is starting. But you don't see it. The mother may never recognize it, but you don't see it until there's some evidence that there's a baby growing out of a person's stomach. And a lot of times we start businesses and we want to grow our business, but we forget about growing ourselves. So if you're not growing yourself, your business will never reach the level at which it was intended to be. And someone may say, well, I make money in my business. I clear $200,000 in revenue. But what if your business is really positioned and supposed to clear $500,000 in revenue? And the key thing about that comes down to our mindset, because that's what colors our whole life. And so my business is called Grow, Lead, and Prosper. And it's in that order for a reason. Until we start growing ourselves, we're not able to lead ourselves or lead anybody else. And you won't ever get to prosperity until you do the first two. So the key thing about us as women is that we're containers, and whatever you pour into a container, it takes on the shape of that container. So if our container is broken or tainted, then whatever we pour into it is going to be the same. So until we deal with our mindset, that's really the crux of where I start, is our mindset. We grow, lead, and prosper personally, professionally, and spiritually. But it all has to do with our mind. Because the Bible tells us, as a man thinketh, so is he. So what is the status of your mindset? What is the status of what's coloring your world? And that's where the passion for growth, transformational growth, comes in. Because even though God's word doesn't change, his method changes all the time, and he's a God of movement. So we say that we are containers for him. We say that we are, who he made us to be. He's creative. He spoke the words in the world in the frame, and they were. So we have that same creative genius within us. But if we're speaking through a tainted vessel, we're going to have tainted output. So one of the movements that I have coming forth is called unmask, unmute, unleash. Because until we take the mask of low self-esteem, the mask of I'm too old or I'm not good enough or it's too late off, only then will we be able to hear our voices, and only then we'll be able to really unleash into the brilliance that God created us to be. So transformational growth is this, I think, the essential crux of the wheel that turns our life.
Nice. And I'm excited for, is this going to be an event? Unmask. What was it again? Unmask?
Unmask, unmute, unleash.
I love it. In that order.
In that
Unmask, unmute, and unleash. Powerful. So is that going to be an event, or?
God is still bringing that together. So the event is right now, it's going to start as a movement, I think. So
I love it. I love it.
Tuned.
Listen, you have a ton of supporters right now. And
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Wow. So we've talked about some great things. So, you always know when you're doing something really good, when there's some folks that join in and you just have to ignore. So there's some comments, but we're going to ignore those comments right now because that means we're doing a great thing right here. So I want to talk a little bit about another topic, because we're talking about just American business women, whether the woman has a job or is retired, or maybe a stay-at-home mom, or maybe someone that's in between jobs, maybe someone dealt with being furloughed or being laid off during the pandemic. But one thing that I really wanted us to do today was to uplift women. And I know that you two are going to be amazing for that. Because, you know, as we said, women wear many hats 24/7. But, you know, we don't always take the time to feel uplifted, right? So speak a little bit about uplifting women, uplifting ourselves.
Someone put in the chat, it doesn't cost anything to lift somebody else up. And it's just really taking that time to step out of yourself. You may not be having a good day or a good week or even a good month or whatever, but just saying, you know, Tara, I love that hat on you. It looks really nice. Something that simple can uplift someone's spirits, because a lot of times, and it's been said that when we dress or when we do certain things, we're not doing it for men, or we're doing it for our sisters. So we're really looking for someone to come along and say, girl, I see what you're doing and I support you. I believe what you're doing. Something as simple as sharing this broadcast. If you haven't shared it, make sure you do. Something like that can uplift someone because it doesn't take a lot. And I think we've complicated what that looks like. It doesn't take the smell of one rose smelling better or stronger than the other one. Doesn't take away from that rose. So just shine at who you are and help somebody else shine who you are. Don't try to be the clone of whoever. I'm not trying to be Tara. I'm not trying to be Dee, and they're not trying to be me. But we're supporting each other here on this platform. And it's something simple. It's just a simple thing of how you support the other person. And when you uplift someone, like I said, it doesn't take a lot of anything. It can be a simple comment. I see what you're doing. I'm going to share your broadcast. I'm going to support your event. I'm going to do this. And that's something that simple helps somebody else to know, you know, they're on the right track. And if you need the encouragement of that you're enough, then guess what? You are. Because you're not breath and britches. You're here for a reason. And the same feeling that you had when you found someone who helped you and empowered you, and you may have met them on Facebook, you met them before in life, or you saw a broadcast or something, someone's waiting for you to do the same thing so they can have the same feeling you had when they did that, when it happened with you. So just don't compare yourself to other people. Be who you are and embrace that. Fragments, scars, pieces, all of it. Just embrace who you are, who God made you, and know that He made you purposefully, on purpose, and by purpose.
That's good.
I love that.
Yes, and a lot of great comments coming in. Yes, uplifting someone means so much.
Yeah,
hold each other up. Yes, we are all here for a reason. Pay it forward. And I'm going to pull this one up again. My way is when you win, I win. So I lift women so we can win together.
Yes,
and
that's
she
beautiful.
truly means that. Wow. Yeah. So, and keep the comments going, everybody. Continue to just engage and interact with each other. And Ms. D, what are your thoughts?
So when you talk about lifting someone up, when you lift someone up, you lift yourself. If you're in position and you're walking in your purpose, don't be selfish with that. There's enough success for everyone. Like Jacqueline said, you don't have to compare yourself. You're an expert at you. Just be you. So one thing I tell my kids, God doesn't make mistakes. So every one of us has a purpose and a mission. And I believe that there's some beauty to be found. So if you can highlight that by, like Jacqueline mentioned, by giving a compliment or a kind word. But the easiest way to lift yourself is to lift someone else with a kind act or a kind deed. So if you're prospering, don't be selfish with it. Help someone else, whether it's financial, whether it's information, whether it's just support. Even on social media, for example, it doesn't cost to like or to comment or to support other people's businesses. If you see something that you like, share it or forward it to someone else. If you see something that's not what you can use, but someone else may be able to use, like she mentioned, sharing this broadcast or sharing the movement or donating to a nonprofit. Those are ways that you can give back. So when you're uplifting women, you're uplifting yourself. We need that as sisters. We have to help each other. Like she mentioned, fixing your crown. It's okay to compliment someone else. I'm not comparing myself to you. I don't want to be you. I'm not hat girl. But when I say I love you in that hat, yes, I do. And so I don't want to, I'm not going to go out and buy one, but I can admire it on you. So having kind words to say, acknowledging someone else's present. I don't know if you've ever been in a space and you see someone where the men outnumber the women, sort of like when I met you. There were tons of people there, but that didn't stop me from saying, well, that's a beautiful sister. I didn't know that you were Delta. I didn't know that you were going to impact my life. I just saw a lovely young lady. You were alone. I didn't know it was purposeful, but I did want to, under the slim chance you didn't want to be alone, I said hello. And you did allow me to encroach on your space. And here we are today. So when you just lifting others up, being approachable and encouraging when you see other sisters.
Yes, beautiful. Nicely put. I mean, between the comments and you all, and I'm going to read, welcome, Miss Omikio. Shout out to Omikio, cousin, just relocated to Dallas, Texas from Illinois. So shout out to her and my cousin Andre. So her comment is, we all have experiences of what we have gone through. It made us who we are. You never know who you are helping. Share, share, share. That's real. That's real. And welcome. Yes. All right. So listen, ladies, I cannot believe that we are already at the end of this talk. So those of you who have been following Speak That movement, and if you followed the Speak That talks from May 20th, 2020 to May of 2020 to May of 2021, then you know that there's a special section or portion rather of my Speak That Lives where I really like to empower the audience. And so that part of the show is no other than, and if anybody out there knows what it's called before I put it up, because I know we have some people that were watching every week. That is the Speak That Movement Speed Round. This is my ultimately like my favorite part of these conversations because it allows the guest speakers to share their thoughts on the 4 pillars of Speak That Movement. And if you've been following Speak That Movement, or even if you haven't, I'm going to let you know the 4 pillars of Speak That Movement. This is what drives our nonprofit organization. This is what drives us as we focus on women empowerment, mental health, social justice, and community impact. Dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it. So I'm going to have my special guest speakers as they get ready to close out. But don't leave yet, because after they are done speaking, I have another special guest speaker that's going to close us out in a beautiful way. So ladies, are you ready to be a part of the Speak That Speed Round today? Awesome.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Jean. This has been a great conversation. Big girls power. Yes.
Nice.
I can't wait to get these diamonds from these wonderful business queens. All right, ladies. So it's time to drop some Speak That Speed Round diamonds. Let's drop some jewels. So we're going to start with Speak That Movement, pillar number 1. And if you're out in the comments, help me out. Add in the comments the first pillar, which is dream it. So I'm going to start with you, Miss B. Jacqueline. Let the audience know, what are your thoughts in as few words as possible as we think about women in business, women who are retired or still working, or entrepreneurs, or in the community, or working in the home, or with their children, whatever they are, to define them as handling their business? What would you say as far as dream it is concerned?
Well, okay, a little bit, few words is less. Dream it is when, for you in this space, is that you're creative and you're always going. And it's, like I said before, it's never too late. So you can conceptualize it and you can get it in space. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, or whatever. There's a study shown that your best years, your most productive years, are really between 60 and 70. So if you haven't reached 60 or 70 yet, you're not productive yet. So keep dreaming. Don't let the dreams die. Because when you dream it, that means you're still moving. You're still transforming. So keep dreaming.
I love it. All right, Miss D, it's on you. Dream it.
When you dream it, dream big. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit the possibilities. Dream it, dream big. That's where the fulfillment comes from. That's how you find the passion. You're missing something when you try to capture it. Just dream big.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ladies, speak that movement pillar number 2. And we're going to start with you this time, Dee.
Okay.
Believe it.
Believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Believe that you can do it. When you have that belief, that's where the manifestation comes from. You have to believe in you, believe in the God-given ability. Just so believe in yourself. That's the believe it. Believe in yourself.
Love it. Miss B. Jacqueline, believe it.
Wishing only works on Walt Disney movies. So in order for you to, if you're going to dream it, then you got to already believe it that it's going to happen. So see it, not just on paper, but see it in your heart. And that's where the believing comes from. So let it be an integral part of your, just like breathing. So that's where that belief comes in. Believe it so you can get to the other pillars.
Yes. Believe in yourself. All right, ladies. Speak that movement pillar number 3. Speak it. And I want you to take this one first, B. Jacqueline. Speak it.
Speak it. Just heard my pastor say, you have what you say. And I'm auditory. So if you hear things, if I hear things, and I'm more able to conceptualize it. So if you're dreaming it and you're believing it, you need to start putting it out in the atmosphere, because again, you're creative. God spoke the worlds in the frame. So it's time for you to speak that dream that you've been believing for into frame, so it can start taking shape of what you want to see.
Beautiful.
I love that. That was good.
And what would you like to add to that?
I think that when you speak it, that's where the power comes from. That's why when we're talking about mental health and positive affirmations, hearing those words, it does something to how you operate and how you move and how you think. So I believe that when you speak it, it's powerful. That's where you find your power in those words. Everyone, when the Bible said there's power in the tongue, that's where you find the power to do the execution of what you believe.
Yes, I love it. And last, but certainly not least, the final pillar of Speak That Movement. We dream it, we believe it, we speak it. So now please bless this platform, bless me and the audience by sharing your thoughts on Walk It. And we'll start with you, B. Jacqueline.
Walk it. That's when your dream has the legs. That's when you are like, I'm in it. I'm moving it forward. I'm going to transform it. The dream's just for a little while, but the word tells us that, write the vision, make it plain, so those that see it will be able to run with it. So it's time to put it into action. So the walk it to me is the intentional consistency, the intentional consistent action that you take to say, this is what I was thinking, this is what I was believing, this is what I spoke, and now here it is, ready to take life and take off.
I love that.
All right, Miss D.
All right. When you're walking it, it is definitely the action. So when I say demand excellence, I've coined the phrase demand excellence in everything you do. That do is the walk. It's the action behind the excellence. So in addition to clear expectations and accountability, when you're walking it, that is the action necessary to achieve what you are looking for in terms of your purpose and your goals. So walk it is action.
Wow. Beautiful. Everybody out there, help me give today's guest speakers a virtual round of applause, because the introductions were off the chain. So if you weren't moved with just them describing who they are and what they do, I sure hope you enjoyed hearing them share other thoughts throughout this conversation. So I know everybody wants to know, how can they support you? How can they follow you? And as you're sharing how they can follow you, if you have any final words, please share those at that time, and then we'll go on to our final speaker of the day. So we'll start with you, Miss B. Jacqueline. How can people follow you, support you, see what's going on with you?
You can follow and support me at B. Jacqueline Jeter, which is on Facebook and on Instagram, and at Grow, Lead, and Prosper on Facebook and Instagram. And the final words I want to say is that, if we said it before, be who you are, because you're unique for a reason, and your uniqueness is needed. The eggs are needed in a cake, just like the sugar is needed in a cake. Everything's needed for that cake to come together. And for this cake of life to come together, you are a key element. So make sure that you're showing up in your lane and in your purpose.
Beautiful. Thank you, my sister. We are excited about this movement that you are about to kick off soon. And we are here to support you. You know that whenever you want to come back to the Speak That Movement platform, you are welcome. May God bless you, and may you continue to grow, lead, and prosper the way that you have just empowered us to do the same. We celebrate you, sister, and we salute you. Thank you so much, B. Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Yes. Miss D, close us out. How can people follow you, support you, and any final closing words?
Okay, so I already told you that I'm Dee Maddox, and my company, DMX Consulting, is on Instagram and Facebook at DMX Consulting. And you can find more about demanding excellence in everything you do. It should be a way of life, whether it's personal or professional, whether it's relationships, whether it's business. If you have that standard of excellence, don't settle for less. Just demand that excellence. We spend too much time apologizing and pleasing. Demand excellence in everything you do. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Visit my website to find out how to get a free consultation if you're interested in personal or professional excellence. And I want to thank you, Tiara, for having me as a guest this evening on this awesome day of American Business Women's Day.
Thank you. And thank you so much, my sister and my soror.
Yes.
For, just blessing this platform today. And I already told you, I'm proud of you and all that you're doing. And let's do some big things in Dallas. All right.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much. Have a great
Take care. Bye-bye. Wow. That was powerful. Like, I hope you all really appreciated that. But we're not done. Hold tight for the next few minutes, because I want to take it to another level, right? We celebrated just how amazing women are. And we're not done, because I still want to hear from the women that are out there. I want us to celebrate each other, which we'll do in a few moments. But right now, we wanted to take a moment. I'll call it a moment, because we want to recognize mental health. Because we know when you're going after your dreams, when you're trying to reach your goals, when you're wearing the many hats or the many tiaras, that mental health roadblock always finds its way to try to block us, distract us, and detour us. So please help me welcome my next guest speaker, who is also one of my executive board members with Speak That Movement, Miss Laneeda Evans. She's a mental health advocate, a community advocate. She's a professional woman in business. And she is about to bless us for the next few moments with some mental health tips. So, Laneeda, welcome.
Hello. I am so overjoyed from the B, Jacqueline, and Dee Maddox. You both did that thing. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the empowering words that you have shared today. Your stories, your businesses. I see nothing but growth for both of you, the prospering for both of you, and just a blessing to be a part of the panel with you today. So awesome. Good job. And super excited to hear what's to come for both of you.
Awesome. Yeah, they were amazing. So thank you, Laneeda, for joining today, because I'm really excited about this portion of the show where we focus on mental health moments. So I'm going to take a step away. I'm going to let you have the platform, and I would love for you to just interact with the audience and empower them regarding mental health. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Well, thank you. And thank for all being here today. We have said we've been empowered on the business side. And as far as, it takes every part of our bodies, every part of our minds and our souls. And as everybody said, we have where as women, as men, But women, we wear multiple hats. And sometimes wearing those multiple hats can be very stressful in our lives, in our day-to-day walks and everything that we go for. So sometimes taking off some of those hats to have a mental health moment, to take some time to woosah, take some time to breathe, and it needs to happen. But before I go into some of those tips and tricks for your toolbox today, I want to make sure that I honor this month is Suicide Prevention Month, Suicide Awareness Month. And so many of us have been impacted by individuals, be it friends, family members. I know I've had students in my past working in the school district. I have had family members that have been impacted by suicide or, losing someone. So making sure that this month, if you just can take the time to listen, to just be a person of support. We just never know what individuals are going through and how you can support them. Just lending an ear, a phone call. You'll be surprised the number of individuals that come back and say that call, that text, that, you stopping by, those things saved my life. So being mindful of that as you go forth, when you have individuals that, may be there, just supporting them. And those individuals that we have lost to suicide, making sure that we take this time to honor them in their lives and to support and be an advocate and pay it forward to do some things to help others at this point in time. You just never know. And it's tough. Mental health is real. We all experience it. We all are impacted by it. Some people don't think that they are impacted by it. When you're feeling down, that's your mental health call. That's something that's telling you that something's going on, some things that you need to do to take that next step. And there is so much support that's out there for you. So with Suicide Prevention Month, just want you to make sure that you have access to the phone number. So if there's anything, you need, please call. It's a 24/7 hotline. Call. There is support there to assist you and your family members. If you have friends or family members, you can call, on behalf of someone and to get some tips, to get them to try to call as well. So make sure, that you're being supportive. And like I said, and if you have lost someone, and not being judgmental, but just truly, supporting, advocating as we move forward. So just wanted to get that out there as far as this month, being mindful of that. One of the things as far as toolboxes, you guys know that toolboxes, the men have their toolboxes, and not to say that women don't have their toolboxes. We have toolboxes of a variety of different things, but one of the things that as far as having a toolbox is increasing your tips to deal with and to coping tips as far as with mental health. So today, just want to give you a few tips and things that you can use moving forward. And as we move forward, just be a few little tips, in future talks and calls as well. So one thing that I love is deep breathing. It is something that it lowers your blood pressure. It decreases your heart rate. It is something that helps you to focus. It just gets your mind, it helps to decrease the cortisone, the hormone cortisol that increases that stress level. It assists you with all of those things. So just taking some time to do some deep breathing, if it's the beginning of your day, the end of the day, the middle of your day, people can notice that you're doing it. People don't have to know that you're doing it, but it's something that you can do with yourself. And I was hoping our little video thing would show up, but for now, I want you guys just to take a little bit of time and just to breathe in for 5 and hold it and let it out. Breathe in for 5 again and let it out. This time when you breathe in for the 5, I want that to hold it and be a silent, let it out. Breathe in for 5 and let it out. As you're doing this, as you're doing this, as be noted, as far as your belly should be expanding. If you're doing it the correct way, that focus, that helps. Just at the end of this day, we had a lot of tips, a lot of information that we received, but being able to, this helps us to focus even more. So deep breathing, like I said, is something you can do throughout the day, in the middle of the day, at your desk, if you're at a job, outside the home, inside of the home, in your car. People, you can invite others to come along with you. So just taking that time, that's one of those tips that you can definitely take with you any and everywhere. So keep that in mind. The next one would be journaling. And actually, we have a little fun thing at the end today, Farah. So I have a couple of journals that we will actually have for some lucky winners. One says, follow your dreams. The other one says, sunny days ahead. And journaling is a way to record things that are going on. And it can be done in so many different ways, be it if you want to talk about the positives for your day. If you just want to start off with one win a day, one win a day, or you can journal and talk about, there can be a variety of journal topics that you have there, but just writing those things down sometimes help you to move forward. I say journaling is like case precedent. For those of you that are in law or, case law and those things, there are precedents that's being set for cases. And they go back and look at some of those things before they are making judgment or making the decisions on additional cases, future cases. And so your life journaling is a way for you to have precedent. This will help you to know how I got over that situation last time. When I had that situation with my employer, with a family member, how did I get over that? That journaling is a document of showing you what you were able to do, how you got over it, what are the techniques or the coping skills that you utilize, some of the people that was there to support you along the way. So that is something that you can definitely take advantage of. It's only a few dollars. You can go from the most expensive to go to the dollar store, Walmart, Ross. A number of places have journals. So something easy to do, taking the time, you deserve it. It helps you. It's one that will help you move forward in your life. Like I said, it helps you with problem solving. When you look back at that and it's like, I was able to do that. And sometimes it helps you move on faster than what you did in the past. So that's just, another way of journaling. And the last little tip for your toolbox today is being mindful, the mindfulness in meditation. And sometimes individuals with meditation, you might be repeating a mantra or something of that sort, or there are several guided meditation and mindfulness activities that are out there, be it from Fitbit to Breathe, Calm. One of the ones that I utilize is Simple Habits. They have so many things that are out there, especially with COVID last year. There were so many apps that were created and so many other things that you can use. It's 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. You pick and choose what you need from that given time. It helps to reduce stress. It helps you to build focus. It helps you to just calm and be you. As our speakers talked about today, as far as, being the best you that you can. And we need to take these mental health moments in order to be the best you that you can be. Knowing that mental health is real and it's okay not to be okay, but taking these tips and tools to, like I said, we're tips, tools, resources, the support will help you move forward to get to that prosperous time, to get to that next business opportunity that you want to get to. So take those tips and tools with you. And as Maya Angelou says, people, they don't remember what you said or what you did, but how you made them feel. And I'm hoping today with Speak That Movement, with our guest speakers of empowerment with your businesses, the mental health moments, giving you some tips and tools, have left you feeling empowered and able to move forward. And again, we're here and we're ready to move forward in this movement.
Yes, thank you for that. I love every tip for the toolbox. deep
Yes.
breathing, journaling, mindfulness, and meditation. All amazing. And hey, lots of comments out there, a lot of comments. Like, I couldn't keep up with the comments today. So clearly, a lot of what was said today resonated. Well, listen, we want to wrap up. But before we wrap up, we said that we were going to celebrate because you all took the time to come out, to spend a little over an hour of your time with us from all over the country. We had
Yes.
states represented from Georgia, Texas, Illinois, North Carolina, Florida, you name it. And we're so grateful. So one thing that we wanted to do, we said we wanted to celebrate women. So let's celebrate. Ladies, it is about us right now. So this is how we're about to celebrate. First of all, if you have anything that you're proud of, anything that you accomplished this year alone, we are about to approach the fourth quarter of the year, which is October. From January through September, if there is anything that you're proud of, whether you started the business, whether you stopped the business, whether you got a kid or a grandchild or a nephew, niece to college or to kinder, whatever it is, only you can determine what you are proud of, and only you can know what your dreams are and what your goals are. So whatever it is, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you are celebrating today. And shout out Marilyn. We got Marilyn in the building too. So ladies, let us know. What are you celebrating? What are you proud of? What did you accomplish? And while you're doing that, we want to take some time and we want to, we got a couple coming in. Sheena started her business, Superstar Tutoring. I'm proud of you because we met this time last year, and at the Speak That Talks event in August or September of 2020 is when you launched that business. I will never forget that, and I'm so proud of you. Miss Safe Encouragement, she wrote her first book and met her soulmate. Oh, hold on, we got a lot of women out here who are looking for a soulmate, so we might need you to come on one day and talk about this soulmate. So all you ladies out there praying for the husband, okay, I'm with you too. I ain't gonna front. She's our evidence. Remember, we're not comparing though, but you got to look at people for motivation. So congratulations to you, sister. Yes, look at God, okay? All right, guys, keep on coming. Okay, Karen, I am president of the African American Employee Resource Group at work. I have 4 members so far from no members. That is an accomplishment. Yes. Yes, hey, Danis. Awesome. We love our allies. We love our allies. All right. Well, listen, you all keep adding the comments. What we want to do right now as we wrap up, we want to thank a few people. So if you registered, your name is in the Speak That Movement, Walking by Faith, red bottom.
Hey.
Yes. So
walk it.
Yes. Walk it like you talk it, right? Okay. So we have a few gifts. Laneeda, tell people the gifts again. You show them the 2 gifts that you have.
Have the journal, Follow Your Dreams, and a journal, Sunny Days Ahead. And again, you do what you want. If it's from gratitude to one positive thing to, it's yours to do whatever you desire with, but utilize that.
Yes. So do you have 1 or 2?
Have 2.
2. Okay. We also have the Speak That Movement Empowerment Calendar. So these calendars have been published for a few years now. So they are created to empower, encourage, uplift, inspire, celebrate you 12 months out of a year. There's areas within the calendars for you to journal, take notes, write down your dreams and your goals. So you might be thinking, why are you giving away a calendar? Well, guess what? We still have an entire 4th quarter left in this year. And guess what? A lot can happen at the end of a year. So we're going to pull a few names real quick. We have 2 journals, and we have 2 calendars. So I'm going to pull your name again. If you RSVP, thank you. You are entered into this drawing. So I'll be quick here. Dr. Alexia Mays. So not sure if you're on, Dr. Alexia Mays, but thank you for RSVPing, and you will be the recipient of, I'll give you a calendar, because I feel like, Dr. Alexia Mays might have a lot of goals she needs to write down and a lot of things that she's going to continue to accomplish. All righty. Betty Evans. That has to be one of your family members, Laneeda.
That is one of my family members. So whoop, whoop. Rocktown in the house. That is my sister-in-law.
So what would you like to give your sister?
I'm going to give her a journal.
All right, sister, you have a journal. And Miss Betty Evans, she is celebrating the fact that her grandson, Shamar Lewis, is attending NIU. Awesome. And then Scarlett, she is proud of finally giving therapy a chance, and it has made her realize a lot about herself and how helpful it can be, along with journaling and breathing techniques. Thank you, Scarlett. Miss Michelle, she is celebrating the fact that she has restructured her business. She is sharing her God story, her purpose, her why, and her passion. Hashtag wellness workshops, hashtag wellness retreats, and hashtag immunity for life. Make sure you follow all of these ladies. Miss Keisha, thank you for joining. I haven't started a business, but I have a dream of having my own healthcare business, and she is believing it. You know what? Let's bless her with a journal. Keisha, we're going to bless you with a journal because you have a dream. Dreams become a reality. So we want you to capture this journal, and you will have your own healthcare business, because I believe that when God gives us visions, a vision is a whole nother level than a dream. When you can see the vision, and you can see that building, and you can see the patients coming in and the cars pulling up and out and the paychecks and the people that are being blessed, that's a vision. Now God just needs you to do the work. So you keep on walking it and you keep on believing it. All right, one more calendar. So the last and final name that I just pulled, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, y'all saw me pull it out. Miss Scarlett. Scarlett Gonzalez, you were the last name that I just pulled out. And so you will be the recipient of a calendar.
So,
yes. All right, ladies, keep the testimonials coming in. So at this point, we just want to thank you all. I want to acknowledge this testimony, this celebration. Godmother B, Godmother, is celebrating her 1-year heart journey for the month of September. And she is excited to be here and the best boss lady of 2021. And that is real, because she experienced something that could have taken her down, but God saw more for her. And she is continuing to breathe. Her heart is beating even faster, and she is continuing to make a difference in the lives of so many women. So thank you, Godmother B, for joining us. Well, Laneeda, we are at our time. There are still so many comments. I will put them in the comments. Congratulations, Omika, started your new role. You moved to Texas. You completed your first speaking engagement, started your first book. You're doing it. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God. I want to stop, but I can't not celebrate the women. Elaine Wright got my evangelist license at age 62. I had a 4.0 GPA and 3 certificates. That is worthy of some champagne, claps, and some hearts, because we did say earlier, 60 is an age where, hey, long gone are the 20s and the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s are living their best lives. So thank you and congratulations. Celebrating the amazing time. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. All right, everybody. Yes, thank you for that, Danis. There's a journal. He journals on his phone. There's a journal on your phone. There are apps for that as well. Well, thank you for bringing us into 2021 while we're pulling out the pens and the paper, and you're reminding us that we can step into this new century. You are right about that. I actually journal in my phone, by the way, as well. All right, ladies. All right, Laneeda, let's close it out. Wow, this has been amazing. We are so grateful. Today, we talked about American Business Women's Day. We celebrated women. We uplifted women. You enjoyed the Speak That Speed round from our amazing guest speakers. So at this point, we just have to tell you all, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting Speak That movement. Thank you for just being a part of this organization. We have so much more to come. Don't you take our pauses for granted, because the pauses mean that we are building up something. We have a huge announcement coming soon for a big event we'll talk about soon. But we do have an event. Stay tuned. More details will be on the Speak That Movement website. It is November. So let me get the date right. I don't want to give you all the wrong date. But I'm excited to announce that November 4th,
Yes,
we are partnering with JP Morgan Chase. Huge partnership that I'm so proud of. We are proud of. So we are partnering with them because we don't want to just empower you. We don't just want to uplift you. We don't just want to celebrate, but we want to equip you. So we are partnering with them, and we're going to be talking about creating a legacy,
yeah,
savings and budgeting. Folks that want to buy their first home, those of you who want to open up or buy your first commercial building, next level stuff. We're going to talk about all of that. So join us. Stay tuned. Check out the Speak That Movement website soon when we add that event. Anything else coming up, Laneeda, that you want to talk about?
Nope, you covered it. You covered it. So yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. And it's been a great, engaging, empowering evening.
Yes. And last but certainly not least, because we are a charitable organization, we are a 501c3. We do what we do based on the generous donations of people, whether that's their time, whether that's their financial investment. So if you are interested, in no pressure, but if you would like to bless this organization to help us do some amazing things throughout Q4, please consider adding to the tip jar. There's our PayPal account. You can scan, pay, you can go. If PayPal is not an app that you use, we also have Cash App. Again, if you feel so inclined to support this organization even more, what you did today was amazing. Just showing up and supporting goes a long way. We do not take that for granted. But if you would like to financially pour into this organization, those are our QR codes. And you also can go to the website, which again is www.speakthatmovement.com. And there are ways where you can donate there. All right, Laneeda, any closing words as we close out?
I'm just full. So I'm empowered. It's been a wonderful Women's Business Day, and keep it moving.
All right. Well, on behalf of Speak That Movement, on behalf of Tierra PR Network, thank you all so much for tuning in today. May you continue to feel honored. May you continue to feel empowered, uplifted, inspired, and may you continue to feel celebrated. And when you don't feel celebrated, know that you have some new tools in your toolbox, whether it's deep breathing, whether it's journaling, or whether it's mindfulness or meditation. You have the power to control your day, to control your destiny. And if you need the support, know that Speak That Movement is here to support you. May God bless you, may God protect you, and may God allow all of your dreams to come true. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.